Yes. Back again. Motown Philly back again. What a little New Jack swang. What up, CBers? What up, coffee breakers? Um, and you know the universal greeting. Well, hello. And welcome to a very small audience tonight. Well, hello. Well, hello, Notorious JRD. Good to see you. Oh, thank you, sir. Spread the word. Tell everybody that It Ain't Hard to Tell is the best Patreon podcast in existence. And boy, are you missing out where you get to see me complain in live time. How cool is that? But thanks for your attention. Hello. Hello, Dakota. Hello, Kid Lit. What up, Mike? Michael's nice to see you. I hope you enjoyed IAHCT. It ain't hard to tell. So yeah, I don't know where everybody is tonight. Maybe that's my fault because we didn't have a coffee break last week. Maybe people thought I quit. What are you gonna do? But you know what? Love the ones you're with, right? Isn't that how that works? So we're gonna have a good time ourselves. Hawthorne saying indubitably will never not be entertained. Did he say that? Jared wants to know how the dog is doing, a little more chill. Um, that remains to be seen. You know, dogs will dog, right? And there's points where just the dog wants to go out, or the dog has to do whatever he's got to do, and I have to acquiesce. You know, but a lot of times I could just go, look, my man, you just got to chill out for a little bit. We'll get to that. We'll get to you. But this is my time. This is JN time right now. You got to understand that, you know, because I put the kibble in the bowl. You know what I mean? That's real rap. Yeah, I mean, who's feeding who? Who's zooming who around here? Oh, that's the wrong thing. I didn't mean that. Real rap, 360-degree waves. Well, hello, you guys. Hey, Dom, how are you? It's good to see you. I was getting nervous. Everybody thought I quit. Well, hello. How are you? Who else is in the building? Sound off, you people. That'll be nice. Yo, tell them, Angel. I'm on the dog schedule, not the other way around. You know how that goes. What's going on, Angel? Good to see you, my man. I don't have a sipper for you, but a sip of Jack and Coke Zero. That's I've been dreaming about that, like with the cartoon thought balloon, like, and it's just a cold can of Jack Daniels and Coke Zero, and I'm just so looking at it like I'm crushing on it. If you love it so much, why don't you marry it? Meh. But yeah, hello, how are you? Hey, Dom's good to see you. Yeah, how much is that? I have not been able to find it, as I think you know what. Now, a lot of you guys don't know about this, but Pennsylvania doesn't. Well, there was a long time when you couldn't get alcohol in the supermarkets here, so you had to go to sorry, the beer distributor to get beer, or your corner bodega. Um, and if you needed wine and spirits, you had to go to a state store, as they called it. I think it's just like wine and spirits, but it used to be called the state store because it's the state-run liquor store. But now the alcohol stuff has loosened, pause, here in PA, and now you can go into like the supermarket and there's a wine section and then there's a beer section. And you have to go to a very specific counter to ring out. um, what a kid to say writing Mr. and Mrs. Nicholas Daniels and you. What's Daniels? You guys got me. I'm so confused right now. Now, this is another Angel Medina who's not the Spawn artist. Well, he's a good friend of mine. So say hello to Angel. A caffeine in good standing. Let's put the thing up. Pause. Caffeines, you know my caffeines, friends and regulars, not decaf, of Coffee Break with JN. That's right. Respect the architect. What's up, Angel? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm pretty crushed out this week. I'm so behind with stuff. I'm just kind of like I'm not firing on all cylinders. So yeah, just kind of give me a minute. That's funny. JRD says, I've never understood that comeback. And so why don't you marry it? Like it's cheaper than most marriages. Well, you know how that works. So guys, well, hello. It's good to see you. Oh, Angel says, I got two 4 packs for 28. Oh, so they're like 14 each. That's not bad. Um, and guys, you might have missed this. I'm not a giant drinker. And, we're talking about adult beverages and we're adults here in the room. But, sometimes I have a go to. And sometimes my go to adult drink is a Jack and Diet Coke. I've heard good things about Jack and Ginger Ale, and I'm very lucky that I got through that point in a young man's life where you had to figure out how to order drinks and how to drink. I don't know, manly drinks or whatever. And I remember there was a point in time where that people would like I don't know, like frat face people would roast you and want to know what you're drinking and all that. I hate that kind of peer pressure. I'm so glad that nobody cares about any of that stuff now that once you reach a certain age. But I've said in real early episodes of this, like I don't like societal pressures or even being in a space where like, oh well, we're gonna crowd into this bar and then there's bar rules and then you have to, know exactly what you want. It's like cheesesteak pressure when you get up to the bar, it's like what? Yeah, let me get a two with the and the blah, blah, blah. And you got to know how to stand and not have your back to people and how to jockey in and like get the bartender to pay attention to you and all that. And it's just like ugh, too much. But it'll make you feel good, 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 good. No man, I love this commercial. JRD says, I throw off the demographics at my doctor's office when I fill out the forms. I drink 1 or 2 beers a year. Yeah, and also depending on who I'm spending time with, a lot of people I know don't drink like they used to. Maybe we're getting old, maybe your liver's starting to shut down on you. But also it's kind of like, oh man, I gotta go to work in the morning, or bro, I gotta blah blah blah. Or you know what I mean? It's not the same. So like if you had a party and you like buy all this alcohol and like nobody's drinking it, it's just you know, it's just kind of how it is these days. Hey, what up, Bill? It's good to see you. Dakota says, just about all alcohol tastes like horrible, sharp chemicals to me, and I can't stand it. I can't stand it, precious. So I get through the young person years by implying that people pressured. Yeah, I mean, and that's just it. Like, I mean, just like a huge weirdo rite of passage is like, I don't know, getting drunk. And I don't know about some of the other creatives that are here in this room, but I've also been around people who want to see you lose control. That's a whole other thing. We could spend a whole episode on that. Oh, you ran out of keyboard. I'm sorry. Finish your thought, Dakota. Yo, Tim Smith, sip of coffee for Tim. Uh, Eisner nominee this year. Let's get our first sip of the nights up for Tim. It's good to see you again, Tim. And you're almost at honorary caffeine level, like your Hilton honors points. You have to concurrently come to 3 group sessions, 3 coffee breaks with JNs, and then I will jump you in. I'll knight you in as a honorary Avenger. So hold on. So you got one more week that you need to show up. So first sip of the night from man Tim. Congratulations on your nominations, and also congratulations on I'm seeing you make those moves out there, sir. Um, Putting in work, making the best of your opportunities. Because if you know anything about pro wrestling, they say all the time, it's like, you know what? I just need an opportunity. I need to go out there and get over, get my S in, and get the crowd to love me. Tell them every day I'm hustling, hustling, hustling. You know how it works. Yeah, I see Dr. Christie in the building. What up, Dr. Christie? Good to see you. We had a great time last time we were on here. Isn't that crazy? It was like 3 weeks ago almost that we were hanging out in Muncie. Good to see you. Amani, hey, yo, what up? Father of the Year, Amani Latif, one of my role models. Hello, sir. Let's give another sipper for my man Amani. Glass City in the building, stand up. Feeling good. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate y'all. Y'all coming in now. Pause. So anyway, Dakota was saying, anyway, I got through it being all, I like my life and don't need to spend it drunk. Well, I think that's such a maybe even for kidlit. I don't want to get too deep into stuff, but that's kind of like a lot of people, especially when you're that super young age. Your personality comes in with being how outrageous can you be, or watch me do this trick, or watch me drink everything on this counter. You know what I mean? And it's just like I was saying earlier, as a creative, I've never been in a space where I feel I want to be out of control of my faculties. There's a lot of stuff that kind of goes along with that. A lot of the Patronuses know how, like, I have my things, I have my anxieties, and one of them is just not being in control because, stuff's rough out here when you got all your ducks in a row. And that's kind of like, you know, Satan take a seat type of stuff. Like, I'm not giving anybody any ends, pause. So hold on one second. I see Sue's in the building. Sue's has entered the chat. Ka-chunk. Look at everybody giving Sue's love in the chat. I love it. Um, oh, hey, Dr. Christie, I missed that. Hello. Well, hello. So Tim is, let's say, what are people sipping on tonight? What are you sipping on tonight? And also, if you have them, you guys, what are your tabersnackles? What are we biting on tonight? I'd love to hear it. Please sound off. I already got a couple people who started that off. Uh, no cheesesteak pressure, but let's see what you guys are doing. Tim says, I'm currently sipping a Guinness on my deck and chilling. So wait a minute. What is I've had my time with Guinness. Um, what is it? A dark and stormy? Is that a Guinness and ginger beer? Is that what that one is? Let's see what else. What else y'all doing in here? Let's see. Dr. Christie's got your coffee cup. What's in that coffee cup, Dr. Christie? Inquiring minds want to know. I miss Muncie. Somebody told me that Paws Incorporated is in Muncie, and Jim Davis, creator of Garfield. You know Garfield, the cat who loves lasagna and hates Mondays. What up, Amani? You got a hot take for me? Oh, we going there tonight? All right. What's the hot take? I think you're going to take the episode in a whole new direction, and I'm just interested to hear what you have to say. Bill West says, I'm drinking Aqua Juicy Peach Sparkling Water tonight. 60s not cents from Aldi's. You know, you know what I enjoy from Aldi's. Tell them, JRD. I like to hear that. Good. You stay true to your convictions. Sam Kidlet says, my first day on the job, a preschool teacher cornered me about how she drank too much last night at the club and how she does this often. She does not work at the store anymore. Yeah, it's a thing. Welcome to it. And it's just sometimes you'll hear these stories and you're like, what is wrong with you? That was one of my early phrases for some of you guys have heard me say this. You ready? Coffee and Starbucks. And that's a whole mood. Coffee and Starbucks is you just rolled into the office with big sunglasses on and hugging a coffee, hugging a coffee, and you're just kind of here to punch in. And you're not getting much out of them. It's like you knew you had to go to work in the morning. Why are you doing that? Mama Carla, shout out to Mama Carla, the matron saint of Coffee Break with JN. Mama Carla says, "What kind of coffee do you have tonight?" That's a good question. I'm just like a Keurig slob. Like I had, I bought like a big thing from Sam's Club of, I think it was Dunkin' Donut pods, and then this is like some organic medium roast something. And you know what I have in it? We don't do sweetener sugars. It's a little bit of oat milk, but no, I think this is like you guys are going to laugh at this. There's another thing that I like, and it's got a weird name. It's not oat milk, but it's another one of those kind of like little pint containers with the screw on cap, and it's called Nut Pods. Pause. But they have like they're kind of like mixed flavors. It's like vanilla, almond, and I think it's like it's like it's nut milk, but it's really good. But I have something like that and just some Wawa half and half in here to cut it because I wasn't really enjoying this flavor that I got. But I'm really boring with my coffee these days. But I did have a really good latte. It was last yesterday. I was at King of Prussia Mall. Some of you guys saw my post on Facebook that I did. I had a double header. Pause. Free comic book day signings last May, and the last one of the day was at Uncanny Comics at King of Prussia Mall. Uh, Shout out to the crew there. Shout out to Ray and Spivo holding it down, and my man Randy Gates of Grass in the building. Um, I have a fantastic shop, and they really showed a lot of love, and they still have a lot of Leon stuff around. If you saw, like, there's like really amazing statues in the windows of like a bunch of the DC and Marvel guys. Like, there's a life-size Captain America there, and they all have Leon sunglasses in them. But I went downstairs and had a really nice latte with oat milk at the Nordstrom Cafe. It's good to see you guys populate. Yo, what up, Ben? Shout out to my man Ben Harvey. Nakota says, I never felt I had to prove myself to anyone. Either you like me or you don't. Yo, that's what's up. I like these strong convictions. Imani says, "Oh wait, you can't barcon now that you're a kid lit." No, no, those guys still have drinks. But here's a funny thing, Imani. I've not barcon in a long time because I just want to go. I want to go to bed. Um, when I was a little younger, I would barcon, and I just have to. I don't even have to be careful of what I said. I hadn't been in a place where I was like super like, yo, we're swinging for the fences up in here. Was probably like when I used to go to SPX in the early aughts. And then past that, I'm just like, yeah, I got to get up in the morning and get to this table. So, I may go, usually my deal is these days, depending on who the company is. After the show, I decline a lot of requests to go out. I usually have dinner with like the same people, and then we kind of see what happens. I might stop. I might walk through the bar and say hello to people, but that's kind of it. I might get. It's rare that I sit down and have a drink. I will probably, and I probably do the most of that at Baltimore. But like New York is just so fragmented, and it's just like you got to be exactly at the place where the people are. and I'm not going to the Marvel party and all that other kind of stuff. I'm just too old for it. But I'm not against a nice chill hangout. Suze is working from the beach, so dot dot dot. I like it. And I'm gonna get that Suze pose in. Angel says Turkey Hill iced tea. Okay, I see you. Yo, hey June, it's good to see you. Sip of coffee for my boo boo June Smith. Hey June, do you have a new book out? You want to tell everybody in the chat the name of your book? June and I go way back, and is a fantastic person and an old friend, and is a very successful author. I tip my bucket cap to June Smith. Great to see you. Hello to the family. Hope everything's good with you guys. Oh, it was close. Dark and Stormy is dark rum and ginger beer. Oh, so Black and Tan is Guinness and what's the other thing? You see, I'm so out of it. I don't really mess with that stuff anymore. Jared D says, I'm two fisting paws, tea, Earl Grey hot, and one mug, red zinger in the other. Wow, you're not playing around. Okay. Suze is drinking straight water, not beach water, because you'll get damp lung. Be careful. Kidlet says, even when I can legally drink, I'd probably opt for cranberry juice instead. And stay away from the Red Bulls. I don't know I missed that whole wave. Like Red Bull and vodkas, this just sounds gross. And here's a pro tip for me. Well, not a pro tip. I've never had an energy drink, ever. When Red Bull came out, what was it, like 20, 30 years ago? Red Bull's been around for a while. The commercials were nice, but I'm just like, and then what was it, Monster came out, and you see people at the Sam's Club with the whole case. I'm just like, yo, that looks like it make your heart go fast. I can't rock with it. All right, JRD asks, since we have a crowd, a favorite kidlet legally becomes an adult next week before the next coffee break. Happy early birthday, kidlet. Any advice for her as she hits the nice next milestone? Anybody have 18 years old advice for kidlet? I feel like we did this 2 weeks ago, but yeah, throw some good advice in there. My advice for you, kidlet, is to learn how to save money and protect it. That's funny. All right. Amani comes in here with like real rap. Amani says, hot take. I think the current market caters to cartoonists, technology, and industry. Cartoonists are making the most important work. Well, I appreciate that, sir. You mean in like, I guess the reverse would be versus like illustrators? Is that what you mean? Kind of like, are you talking about maybe like even like graphic novel people versus like comic book pencilers? Yeah, break that down a little bit more. Sue says 401k start immediately. Coffee cake flavor oat milk? I even heard of that, man. I gotta get down with that. That sounds amazing. Nakota says, yeah, if you're in a position to make and save money, do it. Once I did the math to figure out maths. Once I did the math to figure out how much money I blew in my early 20s, I got real unhappy with myself. Hey, you know what? Financial literacy is such a giant thing. We all have really whatever. We all have a relationship with money. And, that could either be really, really bad or really, really good or somewhere in between. And we get a lot of that from our parents or the people you surround yourself with, or if you're around people who like to stunt on the gram and hold up stacks of paper to the ear like they're making a phone call. I wouldn't say that's a healthy money relationship. Um, you got to figure that stuff out sooner than later, and it kind of just it's almost like how people learn, depending on how they were raised. You got to brush your teeth, don't eat too much candy, rinse your mouth out, pause. All that stuff is like early training on how you're going to live your lives. Make your bed, make good choices, and learning about how money works is something that's going to really steer your life path. And you're quite welcome, Jim. That's right. Suze is Wooter. You got to get that right. Oh, mine says, I mean, people who write or draw their own work. You know what? I've been in a couple of circles where this keeps going around and around, and it's like, I think if you think about this in regards to everybody that is creating their own work is being successful with it, then yes, that makes a lot of sense. But there's also a lot of people that are really frustrated, and it's not working. And to them, having an image deal sounds like the best thing ever, or maybe not that, or maybe, having a page rate at Marvel. So, I mean, it's one of those your mileage may vary things. It's really, I mean, it's really interesting to me to now be in a world where, say, if somebody meets me in a mixed company, and I go, "Oh yeah, I'm a cartoonist," and they're like, "Well, that's so interesting." Well, we all know that wasn't the case maybe even 15 years ago. I think that's funny. But, I think you're onto something. Angel says, "Start saving for retirement. Now, never too young to start." I like that. I like that. Mama Carla's checking in with Tabersnackles chocolate brownie bites. I like that. That's what's up. And also, you usually have a drink twice a year, maybe. Yeah, and for some of you old timers, swab, sip water, and build. Can never drink enough water. Well, actually, you can. 'Cause that's a what is it? What is it called? The code. I'm sure you know. When you drink so much water, you kind of poison yourself. All right, this would be a perfect time for a Sue's pose. If you're new to the channel, Sue's pose, our homie Rice Sue's Waringo, a lifer and a caffeine in good standing of Coffee Break with JN, has the iconic avatar where she's kind of leaning in. We call that the Sue's pose. And we pay tribute. I don't know. We pay tribute to Sue's every time she comes to coffee break. And so let's get it together. Guys, get those elbows ready. We're about to do it. We're about to go in. Pause. Where's the thing? I put my hand upon your chip, then I dip, you dip, we dip. Ooh, pose so cold you thought the screen froze. I love it. Amani says, advice, read Find Your Why by Simon Sinek. That sounds like a great book. Yeah, one of my favorite gurus for a long time was E.T., not the alien, Dr. Eric Thomas, PhD, E.T., the hip hop preacher. And he doesn't do it anymore. I think he's like in a whole other space now. He used to do these every Monday. He would do these kind of witticisms and these kind of like affirmations, and one of them was called TGIM. Thank God it's Monday, and he would he'd be like, "Yo, what's up? It's your boy ET. Say it for the chest. Thank God it's Monday." And he would just give you that straight talk. And what was cool about him is he was like totally himself. He's still around. You can look him up. He was totally himself, and he wasn't like a Tony Robbins clone or one of those guys. He just wore like a baseball cap and some joggers and a t-shirt. And he's like, "Yo, this is me. I'm gonna," and he talks to you like that uncle that sometimes got a blast on you, but he knows it's coming from a place of love. And listening to him do his thing for like years really helped me out because sometimes it's not about getting a new whatever. veneer teeth guy telling you how to live your life book. Sometimes you just need to hear it in a different way, and I really love what he was doing. So yeah, go check him out. And he has a couple of like montages that are still up. And his early thing kind of when he started was if you want to succeed as much as you want to breathe, then you will be successful. And a lot of the things he talks about is like basically people may have like amazing talents or be the smartest person in the room, but if you don't apply it, it doesn't matter. And until you're like you hit rock, 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 rock bottom, some people never really kind of step up. So it's all on you, right? It's all on you. And then, we talk about resistance and stuff like that all the time. But that's real. Angel said, "Who popping tops over there? What kind of tops we popping?" Uh, Anybody else got anything to? Yeah, Angel. Did Angel say what he was drinking? What are you drinking? Chat problems? Like what? Are they not coming through? It was weird. I think there were more people here at the beginning, and then my phone gave an alert, but it was like super late. Hold on, you guys. Uh, oh yeah, you did say that. Before we get too far into this, I have some programming. Let me see. Let me try to get it right because I mess this stuff up all the time. And I hope everybody's enjoying the beginning of their summers. It's been real stormy here. Almost every 2 days, there's like a lightning storm or something. Um, but I hope everybody is safe and kind of making things happen on their side. All right, you guys. So you guys will enjoy this. So you know how I go in on my nostalgia. This is the Gen X hour, and I love talking about nostalgia in the '80s and all that other kind of stuff. Oh, I just saw last weekend. I was at some buddy's house, and we did a backyard movie night, and we watched Last Action Hero. I'd never seen Last Action Hero, and it was one of those things where your buddies go, "What? How did you mean you didn't see Last Action Hero?" The early '90s was I was busy. That's all I'm gonna say. So I missed a lot of stuff, and I was also trying to. I was also really, really, really on my purpose, and I was really trying to be a cartoonist. So, oh no. Lakota says there's a 250-acre brush fire 4 miles. Is wow. Do you guys feel like you need to evacuate or something like that? That's crazy out there. So, I guess on a lighter note, I started thinking about, and I came across this the comic books back in the day. I guess they still do it. An '80s Marvel comic book would be full of ads, right? And I wound up going down this thread where people were asking each other, "Did you ever buy anything from the back of a comic book?" And I cobbled together a little some gifs. I mean, some JPEGs that we could look at, and maybe we could just comment on them. I thought this would be fun. All right, so let's see what we got here. And these are all mixed up. Some of these are, I don't know. Some of these are from the '60s. Some of them are earlier. Some from maybe the early '80s. And some of these I've never seen before, but some of them are really funny too. Thrills and chills await you when you see 7 amazing plant creatures come to life. So I guess this was kind of like the um, from the sea monkey category of the back of the comic book. Oh, JRD, that's funny. I don't. I and just to kind of put it out there, I've never bought anything from the back of a comic book. I was really tempted, and I was tempted by the chest pause of what 1,000 army men. I was a big army man guy back when I was a kid, and that looked like the coolest thing ever. Um, and one, I don't know anybody that would actually cut out the coupon in the comic book and send stuff in. But let's see what else we got. This was great. A real mobile tank, over 6 feet long, only 498. I love it. So mainly in the chat, if you guys want to talk about that. Okay. Amani says, the closest thing I bought was a special edition Transformer using those credits off the box. Oh, you're like G.I. Joe points. I mean, your Transformers points. Which Transformer was it? Mama Carla says, I'm with you. No bull or monsters for me. But it gets better. There's like X-ray specs. Oh, this is so small. Let's try to biggerize this. Yo, look at this. Hold on, I'm going in. Oh no, I lost it. Magic Vanisher gone. Handkerchiefs and similar small objects placed into your hand instantly disappear. Your sleeves are rolled up. Your friends will really think you're a great magician. Magic chain, magic chain escape, broom illusion. Oh, these are funny. Oh wow, Angel says I drink monsters every day. Really? Yeah, I couldn't mess with that stuff, bro. But you're still here, so I'm sure it's fine. I had a dalliance with Mountain Dew back in the day. So Jared D says I ordered Micro Machines Star Wars toys, but I don't think it was from a comic book. I think it was from cereal boxes. Well, I'll allow that too. That's funny as well. Let's see what else we have here. I know it's stuck. Come on, look out. I remember this one a lot. Olympic prizes or cash. That's kind of like Grit. Was like Grit magazine, where you could get points and order this stuff. Some of the stuff is so small on the screen, but it's all garbage. As for Bridget, she or another Captain O operator is waiting to rush your name, address, and zip code to us. Remember, operators can take name and addresses only, cannot answer questions. Um, gotcha. Sue says, I love toys and cereal boxes. Could be the biggest piece of crap, but you loved it, like the Cracker Jack toy. Dakota says, I ordered a cereal box thing for that sad ass mouse and went west. Never got it and refused to do mail order ever again. I was like 10. Oh, your heart was broken. Pause. Let's see what else we have in here. Space shoes. Oh, and the Dick Tracy wrist radio. Hey Tracy. Yeah, this has got to be pretty old. This has to be from like the mid 50s or something like that. Look at that. $1.98 for space shoes. Bill says, I desperately wanted a Lego lizard action figure after seeing it in the back of Marvel 2-in-1 number 50. My grandmother knew this and told me she would send it off for me, but it never came. Oh no. Do you think she actually did it? Or I think it's probably a bit of six in one hand, half a dozen in the other. Right. And then back in the day, you had to what would you write a check? I mean, kids don't have bank accounts. So would you like put together change and put it in an envelope and just put it in the mailbox? Bill then says, I always blame the mail. For decades, I figured it got lost in the mail. My mom told me a few years ago, she probably never purchased it. That literally had never occurred to me. It's funny. I talked about this before and I got into some discourse I said, maybe it's different with girls, but with boys, for the most part, boys will always believe what adults tell them. And that's that your mileage may vary with that, but it's kind of like I was somewhere and these ladies were talking about seeing through their mother's lies or something. And then I was just like, I don't think it works like that for boys for the most part. I think whatever your mother tells you is gospel. Kidless says, gotta head out. Thank you again for the advice and support. Always appreciate love. Hope to make you all proud. Thoughts about good night. Yeah. Good night. Exactly. Yeah, that's a thing, right? They're just like, huh. Well, I looked her in the eyes and she looked away and I knew she was lying. I'm like, yo, whatever your mom says is what's going on. Let's see. Let's see if you guys are feeling these ads here. Any of these prizes could be yours without cost. Yeah. When you become a member of the Junior Sales Club of America. Wow. Yo, that's facts. um, this sounds like early pyramid scheme. Yo, Christophe, bonjour, mon ami. Good to see you. Christophe, did you ever buy anything out of the back of a album? I don't think that what did French albums have ads in them? I don't even think that was a thing. Yeah. See, Bill Wiss says, I believe my mom in first grade when she told me she was 21. Got laughed at pretty hard when I repeated that. Math, not my strong point. Oh, so the albums had a. Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm a big fan of European comics. Um, I'm about to go on a whole other thing like Lucky Luke and Tintin, and um, I don't think I've ever read any Spirou. Um, but yeah, I love that stuff. I love that line. I'm a big Les Strumpf fan. That's my jam. Um, Christoph says, when I was a kid, two magazines came with gadgets. What? Spirou? Yeah, see, I know some stuff. That's what's up. All right, let me get through these. I don't know if you guys are feeling these. Polaris nuclear sub, over 7 feet long. Pause, big enough for two kids. And then right under it, for 498, you get a jet rocket. If you see in the small print, I mean in the middle of this bleed, it says jet rocket spaceship, the most sensational toy in America. No, don't do it, JRT. Stay away. Dakota says, if you say things the right way to me, I'll believe it. If I trust you to start with, it becomes a joke to see what I'll buy. Mm. Christoph also says, no, sorry, the gadgets were in Pith Gadget in Mickey Magazine. Huh. But Spirou had no ads. But Spirou had ads. Okay. Right? But like a kid sees that and it's like, yo. I think somebody did a little comparison. Somebody had an actual piece of cardboard, the submarine. I think I've seen that. I think it's just a facade. Like it looks like that, but then behind it are just like kickstands, and you could just kind of like sit on the edge of it. Yo, what up, Jason? Good to see you. I need the 50-foot weather balloon. I love it. Yo, sip of coffee. Where's my guys? Get your sippers up for my man Jason Clark. Jason and I go way back to collage. And where's the sippers? Hold on. Take the sipper, Jason. Jason is responsible for turning me into a video game snob. So thank you for that, Jason. Oh, I don't. You know what? I saw that, but I didn't. I didn't click on it. Yeah, that's pretty good though, right? This is kind of where we get to the meat of it. Silly putty. No, that was real. And I almost feel like this isn't even really an ad. This is more like an advertisement, not a scam to get your 50 cents in an envelope. Your mom will be glad to know that you can do all of these things with new silly putty and it will not stick or stain. As you know, moms has questions. I wonder I wonder if silly putty, because some stuff has come back. Like Rubik's cubes are really big with kids, and they're like, masters at solving them. Way back. Yeah, yeah. Silly putty is the only legit thing here. Um I copy mad pages, son. Yeah, that was fun. I love it. And your moms wanted to know, yo, is this gonna stain my Better Home and Gardens magazine? You would just run around the house trying to copy stuff. Here you go. This isn't all here, but the Charles Atlas. See, this is interesting. They were already like emasculating boys here. My man getting sand kicked in his face for being a scrawny so and so, and then he had to go. He had to go get swole, and he checks this dude's chin. Now he's the hero of the beach. Oh, Mac, you are a real man after all. Let me prove I can make you a new man. Pause. That's hilarious. All right, let's see. Oh, this is a classic. Make money, get prizes with fast-selling dollar Christmas packs. Mail one coupon now, give the other to a friend. How sweet is that? So, also, this came up in one of the pencil to pencils. I thought that the Cubert school, I thought it was made up because it was mixed in with these other ads, and it was just like, yeah, that can't be real. I never would have thought that that was a real place. Let's see what else, and I got to do. Oh, here you go. I had to put this one on here. Ask Dad, he had one. Daisy Target Special. You'll shoot your eye out. First ricochet sound air rifle. It goes pew. Daisy pump gun. Pause. Air rifles and BB shot. I thought this said Bob shot. Since 1886, killing the neighbor's pets for since 1886. Yeah, I'm kind of glad they don't make. You can't get this in the back of a comic book anymore. Isn't that crazy? Right? You see, Bill, you're with me, right? I just didn't believe it. But I know a lot of people that went to Cubert, and they're they're decent people. So, did you get Sea Monkeys, Mama Carla? That's great. All right, let's see what else is here. Here you go. This is a good ad too. See living skeletons with these X-ray glasses. This is a nice ad too. Only $1. Wear these astounding glasses and see the spookiest, kookiest X-ray illusions ever imagined. This is great. Yeah, right. Hold on. Hold up your hand and apparently see the grisly movie skeleton bones right through the skin and flesh. Try the same test with a dog or cat's paw. It's incredible. Gaze at an ordinary egg and you seem to see right through its shell. Is there a chick inside? Look at a pencil and apparently see the lead inside the very wood. Now, if you have the nerve, look at a friend's head and you'll swear you can actually see his throbbing brain within his skull. Yeah, right. I think we gotta cop those. Yeah, Dakota says this is like Futurama stuff. Yeah, this is really funny. All right, hold on. Let's see. Let's see what else we got. I clicked on a lot of these. We did that one. Is that it? Oh, here you go. This is what I was looking for. This is it, you guys. This isn't the army men, but it's the same thing. 204 Revolutionary War soldiers, two armies, only 198. And this is how they get you on in a corner. They spell out what you get. Yo, yo, what up, Phil? Good to see you, my man. I have a pair of those somewhere. Oh, you got a pair of the X-ray specs, Phil? That's fantastic. Did anybody ever buy Army Men? Because I know in some of them they have like I think with the like the I guess like the modern soldiers, like the green Army Men and the gray Army Men, it came in a little like trunk. And just think of the come up for $1.98. But I hear that either they never show up or that they're like super tiny or whatever. There's always a catch. Oh, and then we got we got a Twinkies ad. That looks really provocative. Who drew that? Is that like a Ross Andrew? I know all you guys who know everybody who drew everything. You get a big delight in every bite. At first, I lose Spider Man, then host his Twinkies cakes. What a tangled web. Wow. Yay, Spider Man. Yay, Twinkies cakes. Oh, man. You can't catch a break. JRD says, oh, yeah, see? That was a good guess. JRD says, my brother did revolutionary reenactments and he was a moron. So I always thought these soldier kits were silly. So you just attach all of that to your brother. I feel you. All right. There you go. This is for you guys. Come on, I'm sure this ad still works. Live pet seahorse is $1 with free shells, and you can get a pet monkey for $19. Oh my gosh. Mail checker money order for $18.95 to Animal Farm. This squirrel monkey makes an adorable pet and amusing companion. Showed affection, enjoy its company. Almost human with. That's great. What somebody's got to get that nickname. Almost human. JRD. You're not paying that much for a spider monkey. What do you think this is? This ad says 1968. What do you think a pet monkey costs in 2023 dollars? These young monkeys grow about 12 inches high. Pause. Eat same food as you do. Even likes lollipops. Simple to care for, train. Free cage, free leather collar and leash, monkey toy, and instructions included. Live delivery guaranteed. That's fantastic. There you go. Monster size monsters. How big is this monster? Well, it's monster size. It's full 6 feet tall monster and only $1. Wow, is that how much a spider monkey costs these days? They lost the spider. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, that's all right, you guys. I'm gonna start wrapping this up. That was fun. I think that was the last one. But yeah, I think we'll end the we'll go back to this one. That was fun. And I never had like I said, I never ordered anything, but I really wanted the army men. And some of the stuff it just felt like I saw sea monkeys and it was just like what? It was like brine or something that you would make in a bowl, and then I guess the thing would kind of like move. It was just like maggots or something. I don't know. Just just another way for kids to get separated from their money. I love it. All right, you guys, that was fun. And this was the first time I think we did a coffee break, and I did not do an ID, but I'm going to do one on our way out. But this was fun, you guys. I hope you enjoyed hanging out. The energy was weird tonight, but I think we had fun regardless. I hope everybody's doing well. I know it's kind of weird out there these days. Feel like the walls are closing in sometimes, but you know what? That's what group is for. So I encourage you guys to keep your humanity, and even in the face of overwhelming adversity. That's right, Suze. Tell him. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the sea monkeys bite. And you know what? There's some key people missing tonight. Ronaldo's not here. Trey has been missing in action for a long time. Where's Matt, Suze? I don't see Matt in the building. And don't forget to properly saddle your seahorses. That's right. And don't lose that. Don't lose that spider monkey, because you know they get into the pipes and it's a wrap. JRD says, "Thanks for the birthday wishes and advice for Kidlet anytime." All right, you guys, I had fun. It was great seeing some faces. It was good seeing Phil. Good to see Phil. Good to see Amani. Amani, we need to break bread soon. He needed Tabernacle tonight, but I hope he gets to listen from wherever he is. Tell him I said hello. Um, June Smith, it's great to see you, June. I love coffee break visitors, and I implore you to come back next time. I think we'll do one, God willing, next week, next Thursday, same bad time, same bad channel. But with this, you guys, Suze will tell you, say your goodbyes now, y'all. Let's say goodnight, John Boy, and I'm gonna do my ID and let's get out of here. Yo, Jeff, hello. I didn't even know you were here. Hello. Good to see you. Good to see Dr. Christie. Ben Harvey, let's keep it moving. All right, you guys. You guys ready? All right. You've been watching Coffee Break with JN, with your boy JN. Wait, was Tim here? Was Tim Fielder here? I didn't see him. Oh, Tim Smith. I'm sorry. Yeah, Tim. Come back and finish this off. Pause. You're watching Coffee Break with JN, with your boy JN. I go by many names. Some know me as a JAWN enthusiast, and with that, I have some names that stick to my Philadelphia roots, like so many grits. Stick to the ribs. I just had a flashback when I was younger, and you know some people who, if you have the wrong type of girlfriend, don't make them upset, because you may walk into a hot pot of grits or oatmeal thrown at your person, and that spreads and it sticks. Stay out of those relationships. That's good advice for kids. Let's stay out of toxic relationships. Um, if you enjoyed this really interesting brand of entertainment, you might consider joining my Patreon for dollars, for the price of dirty dirty water hot dog. Oh, and I just heard that the same cat that's been winning the Nathan's hot dog eating contest just won again, 15 in a row, and he gets like a title belt. And somebody in the comments was like, "I miss Kobayashi. For the price of a dirty water hot dog, you don't have to eat 62 of them, just one, the price of one. You can join my Patreon and become a member in good standing. I think it's worth your while, and also you get to see exclusive content, exclusive world premiere content. Me and my hermano Mike Hawthorne, yes, that Mike Hawthorne, currently the illustrator of Batman for Detective Comics magazine. Do it ain't hard to tell. We just had an episode earlier today. Can't see it anywhere else except my Patreon. So think about it. It was great hanging out. That's right, Phil. Tell him, avoid the grits. If you come into the kitchen and she's like cooking on the stove and she's real upset with you should probably slowly back out of the kitchen, because you don't want to get got. Tell him. I go by other names. Ronaldo has coined me John Cena. That's really funny. PM John, Paper Doll, and the administrator of this facility, and also the captain of this ship, Jean-Luc Picard. Make it so. There are 4 Johns. I love it. I love it. What happened here tonight? You got to hang out with the caffeines. You know who you are, caffeines. Friends of regulars, not decaf, of Coffee Break with JN. And Tim Smith, you got to come back one more time. You show up next week, I will anoint you. We will bless you in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. You will become a caffeine in good standing. Well, what happened here tonight? You got to hang out with me, Jamar Nicholas. I'm also a cartoonist. You might have forgotten that. And you got to watch me drink coffee and run my mouth. And now that I'm out of coffee, where's Trey? Somebody wake up Hicks. Video over. Have a good week. Stay safe.